very interesting session. And of course, I cannot go on without thanking Lili for joining us and sharing your experience with us. I'm sure it will be very interesting and insightful for everybody who is here today. And this Business Confucius Institute at the University of Leeds is jointly supported by the University of Leeds and the University of International Business and Economics in Beijing. So as the name itself tells, my university focuses on international business and economics. And as the Confucius Institute, what we do at BCI, we do Chinese language teaching, and we help cultural communications and exchanges. And so I think we are having a perfect combination today. So we have Lili, who is going to share with us her experience in teaching Chinese language, which is what we do at Confucius Institute. And also, she will also talk about the cultural side of things, and which we are very keen on. And also, there is also an important business element in what she's going to share with us. So as a Business Confucius Institute, we are connected to the business community, and we are ready to support the business community and those who are interested in getting into the business community, probably with the use of a very important tool, which will be the Chinese language. And so I will not take any more of your time. I'll hand over to Lili. But once again, Lili, thank you very much for taking the time and sharing your experience with us. And I hope everybody will enjoy today's session. Thank you.
好, so Jake, nice my right?
Yeah, so handing over to Lili. Just to say, everyone as well, this is going to be recorded today, this event. So if anyone doesn't want to have their face recorded, just make sure to not show yourself. But I have started the recording now because we're going to get loads of pearls of information from Lili, all of her wisdom. So we have to get that recorded, right? So yeah, Lili, I will hand over to you now. I will say, I know Lili wants this event to be very audience interactive. So her presentation is in 3 sections, and we're going to be able to ask questions after each section rather than Lili talks for a long time and then we all ask questions at the end. So if you're thinking of any questions while she's speaking that's related to the topics, make sure you get them prepared because she's going to be coming at you at the end of each section. All right, Lili, drum roll. I'm going to hand over to you now.
Thanks, Jack. Yeah, good. I would say good afternoon, everyone. Here is in China is in the evening. Yeah, and thanks, Miss Teacher Hu Laoshi, and thanks to Jack. Yeah, this is Lili, and my English name, my Chinese name is Luo Xiaoli, so my nickname, my English name is Lili. Yeah, thanks to I'm very happy to have this chance and honor to have the presentation at the Confucius Institute and at the University of Leeds. So here's a short story how I met Jack. It was 12 years ago. At that time, Jack was a graduate student at the Zhejiang University, and also she was studying Chinese at the language center nearby where I met Jack. And that time it was my 2nd year of teaching Chinese. You know, it's a Chinese language. It's a language link us together. Yeah. So in China, we think 12 years is like a big circle of of the time. So over these 12 years, our identity has changed. Now Jack is in charge of the social media of Confucius Institute at University of Leeds, and I am the co-founder of Chinese Surfing, which is a Chinese school in Hangzhou. But what remains unchanged is still the Chinese language and the feeling. We still connect us. This is the bridge. I very appreciate it. Yeah. So fortunately, I choose my major 17 years ago as teaching Chinese as a second language. So from my internship, my first job, and for the first entrepreneur, so it's all about Chinese language teaching and education. So from 0 to 1, discover my passion and then develop into my career. So and explore and contribute what I love. It's all about Chinese, delivering Chinese and the culture. This is one of the short topic that we shared before our presentation. I just cannot give up giving Chinese classes. So, and now I'm going to share my presentation, the PPT PowerPoint. Yeah. Can you see it?
That's great. Yeah, I can see it on my end.
Yeah, perfect. So here's a brief introduction of me. So this is the day, 27th of March, 2012. This is the first class I gave. Until now, I have been giving over 15,000 of teaching hours, and my students, they are come from over 18 countries, of course, including British. And we have a surprise for me. And this 18th of August, 10 years ago, this is the day we founded Chinese Surfing. It started. Yeah. And this is a picture we met in the Entrepreneur peak time. And also this, we had our booth in an international school, which named Wahaha in Hangzhou. Yeah. And so here's how we start. I'm from Chongqing, the hometown of hot pot. Yeah. And I grew up in a countryside, actually. During the winter and the summertime, in the middle school, I often went to Guangzhou, Guangdong province, which is in the south of China, very close to Hong Kong. And my parents worked there, which allowed me to see different cities and lifestyle. So therefore, I have a strong idea of going out of Chongqing to explore more, maybe Beijing or Shanghai. And finally, I choose the Hangzhou because of the city, the feeling I like. Yeah, and with a major of Chinese international education, and the 4 years of university. The last year, finally, I got the connection of Chinese language teaching until applied for an internship as a Chinese teacher at Mandarin capital, where I met Jake, where he studied Chinese. Yeah. And after 6 months of internship, I worked as a Chinese teacher there. At that time, I had a strong feeling of, firstly, I think I was able to apply the knowledge I have learned in university to practical work. This is like just what I learned. And secondly, I think from a foreign or aspect mouse, speaking out of Chinese language is not their native or first language. From my ear, it sounds like so beautiful, so wonderful, and that keeps me having more doing this job. So this is and also I found that during the class and the job, it's more passion and more enthusiastic than I thought. So I found another me. Yeah. And so here are the 3 keywords for me. For the first start, I start my career. Yeah. So the first is the output and the input and the output. Yeah. Firstly is I do think my English has greatly improved during the job, because the first time I talk with a foreigner, talk with a native speaker, it was my 18 years old in the university time, back into the class. So I have to speak in English. So it seemed like maybe today we have some students, they are learning Chinese, so you force yourself to speak out Chinese. And secondly, I would say being able to speak Chinese doesn't mean you can teach Chinese. Beyond that, to understand our own Chinese knowledge and the culture. In that case, we could spread it in a way and the perspective that student can understand, can feel it, can really to experience it. So in the process of teaching, mastering the skill, give myself the confidence to say, I want to be a good teacher, and I am on the way of being a good teacher. So this is like, I can say, oh, it's a worth for the student. They cost their time and money on it. Yeah, and as a teacher, in the same time, I'm also a student. Yeah, for me, as a new teacher at that time, most of my students are who are elder than me or have more ability or experience in other areas like schools, principal, as well as many companies or owners, and the exclusive, and they are the boss of the company. So, and so that's how I come from, like other countries with different cultural backgrounds. It's also the first time I saw different attitude towards the same thing, and it touched me a lot. And my oldest student who were learning Chinese, he was like 89-year-old. This is like a real model of lifelong learner. So that's really touched me. And the first student actually, he come from Liverpool. His name is Andy. He was the dean of EF, English First, the very big education group. Until now, yeah, 13 years passed by, and he still learning Chinese till now. So that is that is very good, amazing. Yeah, and now he also a very good friend as well. And the first for me is because I get used to the Chinese teaching way. We talk, we just learn the language point and the lack of laughter. So he gave me the shock of all the reflection of how to make the class lovely and interesting. Yeah, maybe that time I think I'm not so understand the way of thinking my student or their mindset. So I started to walk out of the classroom, having coffee with them or go to bar with them for the first time, or go to travel together. And like we had the dinner or supper with Jack, and chat freely on the way about everything we think about what happened up in China. We exchange ideas. This is Andy. So we had many times to meet up. Yeah. And this baby is come from 3 years old, only from France, and he come with his mom. He's starting to imitate some words and phrases always during our classes. So that is another amazing thing for me to speak, to see a kid to speak Chinese so lovely. And this is Zama. She told me she just like writing characters, because writing character makes her to feel peaceful and calm inside. And through the character, she saw so many cultural things, the root, the philosophy of Chinese. Yeah. So for me, it's like many exchanges and different perspective. And this is Bala, and he was the marketing management manager in a textile international company. And he found that maybe Chinese surfing can do better branding. So he just came to our office to give us some very good branding advices. For example, we need to use the same color in the same time. At that time, wow, it's very helpful us. And before we started Chinese surfing, like Jeff, also he come from British, and he was the businessman back before he came to China. So before we start Chinese surfing, we had a talk in a Starbucks, and he teach me how to do a business model Yeah, so like get how many students and what the price and what's the outcome profit. So this is Jeff taught me at the first time. So it's very memorable for me. And this is some old pictures we explore together. Oh, like this is the first time I saw a football team with our students together. So they teach me how the rules, yeah, and how to act, how to cheer up with the team. And we also have the internship with Anton. He was the journalist of Spanish TV station, and we have the international school like Ron. So this through their eyes of my student and friends, I see things from different angles and perspective as their stories come into China, and some of them their country culture and so on. So this is the enlightenment of cross-cultural communication. This made me feel like the world is much bigger than I thought, and I need to explore more. Yeah, so I have to go to the next level. So this is the first part of my career, and then come to the entrepreneur. Yeah. Any question from the teaching part?
Yeah, I've got a quick question for you, Lili.
Mm.
So you have taught many, many students. I want to know some of the best students you've ever had. What were the methods that they used to learn Chinese?
Okay, so I would say one of the best students, Andy. Yeah, Andy is the first student I have, and still he's learning, and he approaches to HSK 5 to 6. Even he takes classes and learning Chinese on and off, but the thing he keep doing is to have a Chinese community around him. So that is he even now. Andy is back to Liverpool, and well, he doesn't live in China anymore, but still he keeps some Chinese friends. So he talk with them on WeChat, and besides that, he also watched some TV series and TV sessions to have him the immersive language learning. And another thing he's sharing is he used the Pleco, the app Pleco a lot. And the Pleco, they have the flashcards. So Andy has his own flashcards a lot. So keep repeating and yeah, this way. So he have the words, have the context, have the story, have the connection. So around him, that would be a very good tip.
Awesome, amazing. Let me see if anyone else wants to ask a question. I think Director Who's coming in.
And I think it's better to leave more time for the audience to ask questions, but just to get the ball rolling, I'll ask a quick question. Lili, what you said just now was very interesting, and you did talk about in language learning input and output, although you were talking about your own experience of learning English. I myself happen to have a background in second language acquisition, and of course I teach English here, so it's just the other direction. But I would really want to know what you think plays a more important role, input or output. I think this is relevant for the Chinese language learners. Do they have to listen and hear a lot of things and read a lot of things before they can actually start producing, saying something in Chinese or write something in Chinese? So it's the input versus output. Which one do you think plays a bigger role for your learners? Thank you.
I do think this is a process because we have the input. For example, we maybe if the student in Leeds University of Confucius Institute has like many reading or the information they have. So this is very important, especially for the reading and the listening part. And then the most important part I would think is the digest. So the encoding and coding part. So in our brain. So how do you reflect this. For example, the character we know many characters have one character has many stories and how they connected each other. So this flexion, and also maybe and another thing is about the tones. So how we feel these tones. So this coding part would be the most important, and then have a chance to output not just in a class in the classroom, as I guess we have many events and the language partner. Yeah, like Chinese surfing, we have monthly Chinese corner to gathering all the students or all the friends they want to practice Chinese. Yeah, we have like levels, different topics they can choose. Like we can chat everything. Yeah, to have this exchange. So in this process, so they have the input and thinking digest, and then have the output. And we have another student. He is very good at writing. So after nearly 4 years of classes, his homework is like a book like this. So gradually, like step by step, it's a lot of things. But keep doing input, thinking, digesting, and output would be very good and this also need to be need a supportive community, I think.
Awesome. Let's see if anybody else wants to jump in with a question. And Lily, let me just tell you, you've clicked on your laptop to show the chat rather than your presentation. So you might want to switch back to the presentation.
Yes, it's here back, right?
It's perfect now again. Okay, nobody seems to be coming in with a question. I'll give it 10 more seconds.
I would like to have more questions and connection or your faces.
That's fine. We've got quite a few sections to pause at and to ask questions. So let's continue for the time being. Lily, back over to you.
好嘞，谢谢 Jack. Okay, so here is my entrepreneur business part. This is my co-founder. Her name is Xiao, and this is Starbucks. Before we founded, we had so many meetings till late in the Starbucks. Thanks to Starbucks, because at that time they they have very good environment and very close to our home. And 10 years ago, back to 2015, there is a strong trend, which is an entrepreneur trend in Hangzhou, and the government provides so many preferential policies. Do you know, like how long does it take to completely register a company in Hangzhou? Yeah, Jack said yesterday I asked him the same question. He said it took maybe like 1 month. But back to 10 years ago, it just take 1 day to register all the procedures company and landed in Hangzhou. So that is amazing. And even now, like in Hangzhou, we have some app applications, so we can do all those procedures on application. So you can go to the marketing bureau just for one time and all done. Yeah, so this is very supportive environment. Yeah, and we named our school as Chinese surfing, and the Chinese name is 畅语. We mainly hope to help our students to speak Chinese fluently and say whatever they want. And the surfing means cross the ocean to China like Marco Polo and embark on the adventure of the journey filled with ups and downs. You know, it's not just happy, it's kind of like a sweet and bitter journey adventure. And also it's the 4 tongues of Chinese language. Yeah, so this is the how we name the Chinese surfing and the Chinese name 畅语. Yeah, and I never thought I would start a company or start my own business. From a Chinese teacher to a company manager to the co-founder, this is another journey from the scratch, from the survival line to develop. Pain and happy in the same time. But most important, this is the growth to refresh, to enrich myself, especially from my 20s to 30s. And yeah, and luckily we become the 10% of the entrepreneur who have achieved some success and make it today. And the key thing to make it today is we have this passion to maintain we delivering and loving delivering Chinese language has a platform that everyone can teach Chinese happier and more efficient and help our students explore China. Yeah, so we have, like we said, we have a monthly Chinese corner. So we go to the coffee or bar, or go to the park, or yeah, and we have so many cultural events. And besides the Chinese class, we also have the cultural tourism program, summer camp, and we want to build the international community and enhance the communication mutually. So grateful to say with some now we are the top Chinese school in Hangzhou and serving till now over 2,000 students and teaching team more than 20 teachers. So lucky Chinese surfing, 加油! we're still doing that. So this is the starter, and for both of our team, teacher, and me, and as well as our client students, it's for us, it's a mutual door opener. Yeah. And you know, the language and the culture would be the key to unlocking China. So we are enthusiasm that whenever the foreigner in China to say, "Oh, 你好," maybe Jack had this same experience, and with many Chinese people would praise that, "Oh, your Chinese is very good," 你的中文很好. Not to mention when foreign friends can speak fluent Chinese language and would like to know the cultural and thinking and the logic, different things. Yeah. And for example, this one we did the climate change. We had a cooperation with the climate FISC. So we all together using Chinese and the English together to have the whole big picture of how global warming to infect our life. So this is the mutual exchange. And this is the first time for me to know rugby. Unfortunately, I supported South Africa, but they are very good friend of British. Yeah, and we do the public speaking in our Chinese corner. So this student is Gab. He doing his very passionate public speaking to all of us. Yeah, it's very impressive at that time. 好. And because during this interview part, I began to have some systematic learning and thinking to see my thoughts, my strengths and weakness, have a lot of reflection. So where I know I put my energy on, especially on the teaching part, and how to make the teaching part more to contribute to the business run better. So more, for example, like over 90% of our students, they speak good words out to their friends around. So like many of our new students is like mouth to mouth, they know Chinese surfing. And this and because during this, we have a deep connection with our students. So it's a door open to them, and also a door open for them to is a door opener for them to China. As personally, it's open like to my heart. So I would do more passionate. Yeah. So this is like happy the happy part, and as well as the challenge every day, because like we have so many unknown things in every day. So the challenge is to unlock the unknown part. Yeah, and the first 5 year we survived, and the next one would be the COVID time. We didn't expect it, and it happened in Chinese New Year. So we had a very good Chinese New Year holiday, and the COVID just outbreak. Before that, we have all the classes in person, face to face, and we have no idea what happened. Like we have to move to the online, and because every student and our colleague, they are in a different part at their home. So we have to like move to online and arrange all the classes, services, and work online. It also that situation good thing is like everyone accept online, and we develop the online market, customer and courses. And this is allowing us to have one more way of doing the business and leverage for the development. And that time we have like the biggest change is to live or to die. And after the COVID time till now, we have nearly more online classes than offline classes. So nearly 60% of online classes. Yeah, so this is yeah, another door opener for us. We make this, yeah, we can make this online. At the very beginning, for me, to have a computer inside in front of me, I think this is maybe like a code machine or something. But after COVID time, we do think we can have the connection to the other end of the computer. We can feel the emotion and warmth, and their perseverance of learning Chinese, just like now I'm sitting in the living room at home, and have the connect with you guys all. Yeah. So, and gradually we with the lockdown end up, we back to the offline, and we explored some combination of online and offline classes and activities. For example, we do many broadcast, live stream. And also we do the real classes, because like our students, they are doing so many classes online, and we bring them into the real world to have the real live Chinese classes and exploration. And here we have yearly tea events. You know, Hangzhou is the capital of the tea capital in China. So we have yearly parties. Yeah. So I would say the COVID didn't kill us, but make us stronger. Yeah. Any question for the entrepreneur part and the COVID time?
Yeah, I'll jump in with some questions. I've got one question whilst other people think. And that is, I'm curious, you're obviously a successful business and you've done excellently to survive COVID. Congratulations on that. Could you talk about your experience as being a female entrepreneur in China? Do you enjoy being a female businesswoman? Does it feel like society supports you and it's an encouraging environment? And yeah, any perspective you've got on female entrepreneurship in China?
I'm very proud that I have this chance to start the own business. And that part, firstly, I would say the entrepreneurial trend in Hangzhou back 10 years is very strong. Like everyone thinking about, should I start my own business, or should I start my part-time job beyond the first job? So in that atmosphere, that's why we the chance we had the Chinese surfing. And secondly, I'm very proud like I choose the harder way instead of the comfortable zone. Even it's hard or challenge or bitter sometimes, and yeah, but still we made it today, and we get so many support from the community, from everyone, like many people around us. Example, like we talked about Jeff, he taught me how to do the business model. Back that time I was just I have no any like a business sense, so gradually study to how to like I get so many support from our friends and students, like how to set up the price, how to communicate with the customer, how to do a lifelong customer journey, those kind of things. From my student and the friends. And the third part is about the government preferential policies. For example, quarterly we have 3,000 tax-free supports. So if we have if the income this part 300,000 income, we no need to pay the tax. So this will be very helpful to the startup or the small business. Yeah, and also there are so many like a business meetup or connection, so we can exchange the resources and get connected. And also Chinese surfing doing some connection or contribute to those business community, because like many of our students, they are the owner or they have their own business in China, so more or less they can share their experience or skills to anyone who interested. Yeah.
That's awesome. And can I ask, you've talked about it's a supportive environment from the government and your friends and your students helped you a lot. What about in terms of when you meet a stranger and you say, I'm a businesswoman, or your family, is it a role that people are excited about and they give you support for? What's the kind of general response?
There is a change. Before, if back 10 years we started, people would say, that's interesting. That's something new. Oh, it's like a female or woman like started a business, what it would be. And then we explain, oh, this is about Chinese language education and the cultural communication, blah blah. And till now, like especially these few years, like people think, oh, they don't think as a woman to have a business, but they're more curious about what are you doing, and they want to know more about your business, what's your value, what's the value, and what we could do some cooperation. So this would be the change.
Interesting.
And and before we start Chinese surfing, the school, the business, we went to Shanghai. We visited another school who also founded by two ladies. So we didn't know how or don't have that kind of confidence to build up a business. But after their story, we think we could make it, like step by step, smaller and to bigger. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Obviously, having known you for a long time, I'm very, very proud, and I think you've done exceptionally well to keep a business going for such a long time. I think in the UK, it's something like 65% of businesses fail in their first year. Only 35% of businesses continue to the second year or longer. So you're already in an incredibly successful minority to keep going so long. But let me open it up and see if any other of our attendees have got any further questions to Lili about that section on entrepreneurship or on surviving COVID or being a female business person. Okay, let me invite in Ying Ying.
Hi. Lili. I am the lecturer of the Confucius Institute, and I'm also a Mandarin teacher. So I know you were a Chinese language teacher, and now you transitioned into an entrepreneurship. So I want to know what motivated you to become an entrepreneur, and what's the greatest challenge in this process? Thank you.
Yeah. Firstly, I do think what kept me to having teaching Chinese and the entrepreneur for over 10 years. Firstly, I really love teaching Chinese language. I found the richer perspective and the thinking during the classes, and I found the power of happy. And second, the very first thought we build up Chinese surfing is we want to have a better platform for teachers. They have like a better income and personal career develop, and better working experience. This is for teacher part. And the second part for the customer, for the student, I do want to support our student to jump out their aspects bubble in China. Maybe, like in China, the foreigners, the expat, they have their strong community. It's all speak in English or their language, but in lack of the real connection with Chinese people and the society. So that's why I want to do this one. I still remember the story. I had another Zhejiang University student, and he before he went back to UK, and he was so regretful and pity. Say he met the friends speaking in English, and he didn't know any Chinese friends. So that is like for me it's very painful. So I still remember that scenery, that picture. And that's why we do many events, averagely monthly events, to have this community, have this connection to our client and the students. Yeah, and the second part, as you said, what's the challenge most, right? I would say the decision making. Yeah, especially for us, like the marketing part changed a lot. Yeah, from especially after the COVID time, and people are using more social media and short videos, and what we do, the advertisement is not work so well as before. So we have to explore new things, and the marketing change dynamic changes so fast. So for this part is like to better know the marketing situation and make a decision. It would be the most challenge part for me personally. Yeah. And
yeah, thank you.
and that part, how I solve this part is two parts. One is we have more and deeper communication with our team, so we know what we have and what we want to do and what we could do. Yeah, and second part, have more connection and more talk and learning from the outside resources. Yeah. Hello, Michael.
Hi, Lili. Yeah, sorry, I'm in a public place, so excuse me if there's a little bit of background noise. Thanks for your presentation. I just briefly wanted to ask you about, obviously, that transition from physical school in before COVID to obviously 2020 going to 60% online, like you say. And I wanted to know about now that obviously COVID's finished and business is as usual in terms of being physical or online. Do you get more inquiries online? Is there more of your businesses online now? That's the first question. Second question is, are most of your students online living in China still? They're quite local. And third question is, what platforms are you using to deliver your online lessons?
Okay, So the COVID time forced us to transition from in person to online, and okay, I was a little bit confused. The question, Jack, can you remind me, please?
Yeah. So how many of your classes now are online? You can go back to
Over
offline, but yeah, how many are online now as a percentage?
60%.
So 60% online. And then I think the second question was, are your students still based in China, or do you get some from different countries because they can be taught online?
Okay. Most online classes, the students are based in China. Yeah, and so we have like a better insights of the student based in China instead of they are based in overseas. And from last year, the changes is we have more students from overseas online. Yeah, because we do more social media and SEO and the advertisement online. Yeah, and what we deliver the online classes, we use the Tencent. Yeah, so Tencent they developed a very big online meeting connections and the back services, and we have all these like resources like using Tencent services, and Tencent also they doing very good AI and online resources support for the corporations.
Awesome. Did I get all of Michael's questions there?
Yeah, that was all good. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Michael.
谢谢 Michael.
Right.
And speaking of, yeah,
Sorry, Lili,
and
you go
speaking
ahead.
of the female entrepreneur, yeah, I would say we do have some advantages. The first, yeah. So the first of all, like in the process of approaching goal and dreams, there will be more consideration and warmth for customers and employees. Yeah, so that's why we make so many monthly events as well as quarterly teaching develop as well as the career develop sessions for our team. Yeah, and second advantage is the communication and the coordination and team management. Yeah, because we want to do the truly explore China and the in-depth communication between China and the student and our student and our team. So this is the one of the standard of selecting teachers of us. So we need the teacher who really love it, passionate, friendly, and would like to open and have the connection with student and outside of the company. Yeah, so we want to build this mutual enforced team. Yeah, internal and external part. Yeah, and the third advantage is the perseverance and long-term planning. As we know, the COVID time, like many business they closed, and after the COVID time, our 3 competitors and other schools, including where we met with Jack at Mandarin Capital, they all closed. Yeah, so it helped us to survive and grow bigger. Yeah, and because this when we have the pressure, the constant optimist operation, and we have more focus on the sustainable develop. Yeah, and starting a business in Hangzhou, I feel like more openness and support of the society. And we know Zhejiang province is has a very rich business culture. We think there's a saying say Zhejiang people is Chinese Jewish people. They have the passion, they have the advantage of doing business. So with this soil, and the government also provide the strong support for us. Yeah, no matter like a male or female. And before the presentation, I talked with Jack. Is there something special entrepreneur in happening in Zhejiang, right? This is the most important part for the beginning of this year happening in Hangzhou. We have the 6 little dragon of Hangzhou. Maybe you know DeepSeek. I'm sure maybe most of them, you know, Taobao or Alibaba or Geely Group, or this is like the first trend. And the new trend in Hangzhou is DeepSeek, or maybe you play the video game, the Black Myth, Wukong, or the robot. Yeah, this is all happened in Hangzhou this year. Yeah, and if starting a business in Hangzhou, you will get all the applications like in 2 to 3 months, as like for a foreigner fully control the company, and they have a special visa. It's entrepreneurship visa for 1 to 3 years. Mostly they will give you like 2 years visa. Yeah, and we have the many incubators and the competitions and the support plan. Let me quick show you the innovation entrepreneurship competition. Yeah, this is happened from March of this year. So this is the official. I get this information from the official government website. Yeah, so it's running by Hangzhou government. And normally it started in the first quarter, like March of the year, and like a half year competition, and finish at around September. And the competition have 2 sessions, and 1 session is especially for the international session. That means, for example, if a student in Leeds University can have their own business landed in Hangzhou, and those areas is the government, they want to promote more. For example, the digital economic and advanced industry, especially for the AI part, or the brain-inspired intelligence, digital medicine. Digital medicine government have a lot of support on this. Yeah, because this is the trend government Hangzhou is lack of. So this is mostly they want have these areas. Okay, so if you join the competition, who can join the competition? Suppose you have a master degree, or you have a startup experience, or you have your own technique or fundings back in UK. And if you join the competition and to win, so this is the price. So 10,000 to 20,000 range. Yeah. And beyond the price is okay. So beyond the price, you also get the sponsorship. That's a lot. So at least 200,000 to 2 million, this range. And besides that, you also get the support and provincial policy from the district where they registered. So you will get the price, the sponsorship, as well as the district support. And those district supports, they are including the housing and the financial insurance and the bank loans, and with very low interest. Yeah, so this would be like the competition. And beyond the competition, each district, they have different support. For example, Gongshu district in Hangzhou, they have many support for see these numbers, the fund support, and they have the office support. This is a square meter, and also they get the VC. So they want to help the business to land and grow in Hangzhou. Yeah. So would be a very good choice if landed in Hangzhou and Zhejiang. Any questions from this part? Do you have your own business landed in China? And for this information, I will send also the link to Jack. So please reach out to Jack if you want to know more.
Great, thank you, Lili. So Hangzhou is a very welcoming area for businesses. So we've got a question that was written whilst you're speaking, Lili. So I'm just going to read it for you. It's from somebody called Xueqing. They thank you for today's session. They're very interested in your mode of business, and they want to ask you, would you think about running a chain school in Chengdu, Sichuan, China? So maybe a business opportunity for you to open and extend into Sichuan, China.
Yeah, Chengdu has a strong growth these years. And I do know some other Chinese school, they have the chain school in Chengdu. Yeah, so we do think about like to have more chains in Chengdu, including Ningbo, Chengdu, and Shanghai. Yeah, so as well as we have the branch office in Yiwu. Yeah, so we do think about that. And I'm Chongqing people, so Chongqingese, which is very close to Chengdu, so would be an advantage for me.
So I know at the end of this, Lili is going to put her contact details for anybody who wishes to talk about any subject. So perhaps Xueqing, if he's interested, can follow up with Lili on that one. I'm going to invite in Junyi has got her hand up, so I'm going to invite her to ask a question.
Hi, Lili. Hi.
Hi, Junyi.
Hi, I'm from Business Confucius Institute, and I'm a Mandarin teacher here. So first of all, thank you so much for your sharing. It was really impressive and inspirational, especially the part you just mentioned that like how you deal with your identity transitions and how your company managed to survive the COVID. And I am particularly interested in your entrepreneurship part. So my question is, how do you view the future of the whole industry, both in learning Chinese as well as teaching Chinese, especially in such an era, as you mentioned before, that experiences rapid technological innovation, and we live in a globalized world that is full of very complex geopolitical issues every day. So my second question would be, how do you manage to adjust your business, your company, to the current complex conditions, the market? Thank you.
Okay. The first short memories. Jack, could you remind me, please?
Yeah, so the first question was, how do you see the future of the teaching Chinese education business?
Oh, there's two parts, learning Chinese and the teaching Chinese. Sorry. Okay, got it. Today we met job hunting co-founder, and he's recruiting teachers to China, and she also Ravenna, she come from UK, and she running the business over 7 years, and these days she found out a change is that, for example, the same qualified teacher in a international school, and if you want to compete for a promotion, if this teacher can speak more or less some Chinese, they get a better choice to promote. Yeah. And before, the school wants to talk with them in English, but now the school wants to talk with them more or less in Chinese. And Ravenna, this year, he's seriously thinking to learning Chinese and taking some Chinese classes, because she found that when she cannot speak Chinese, and the HR of the school would think, oh, you can't speak some Chinese, that really? So this is a change for for the teachers in China. And we know like over 60 expats in China, they are teachers like English teacher or music teacher or other subjects. So for this part, if they're learning Chinese would be very helpful for their better life experience and their job promotion. And the second part, if they are not if they are not the teachers and they are working a company or they want to start a business, for example, this last 3 years we have so many students, they come from Indonesia or from Malaysia, this southeast of Asia. So they want to have the connection with China. So they have to talk with the language ability to talk with the Chinese factory, supplier, and customer, and for example, they want to know what happened on the social media, like a little red book. Yeah, so they have to like force them to know the language and the business part in China. So for a learner, I would think this part is also important. And for many of my students, like over the 12 years, like once they start they want to do their own business independently and more successful. Their Chinese actually is good, especially their Chinese like HSK 5 or more. Yeah, this is part for the learner. And for teaching, last year we made a little bit panic for the AI things. Should the AI replace or substitute the teachers, because there are so many, like we do the repeat work. But I do think the AI is the data we input for in the database. But for the teaching part, for the emotional, for the connection, for the feeling, those part teachers cannot be replaced. And like we recruiting teachers every year, we still feel that we lack of good teachers, excellent teachers. So that teacher is not only about to have a good ability to delivering and teaching Chinese, but also like have the more ability of other aspects. For example, you have the team management, you can do the social media part, also you can do the connection with the student. For example, at our school, we need the teacher to renew the class package. So this part is also very important for the teacher and more important for the company growth. So beyond this part, I do think have a long career thinking beyond the teaching part is also important. Like for the teaching part, if you dedicate it, I would say 2 to 5 years would help you to have a great improved. But after that, actually before that, we need to think about what else I can have more. Yeah, thinking about your own IP. So that means you have your own business, but your own IP, what you need to do to make yourself more reliable and more get connected, so you can have more choices. So this would be the first question, right?
That was wonderful.
Could you remind me the second question? Sorry.
Oh, second question. So how do you manage to adjust your business to the current conditions? For example, we are facing so many technological innovation. We are facing many uncertainty in a very globalized world. Like, how do you manage to adjust your strategy or your marketing strategy to the current market?
Maybe I don't know if this is too hard in UK during the COVID time, but that time in China, everyone has the class online, and all the schools have classes online. So like the platform, they build up very quick, like the Ding group and the Tencent group or the WeChat group. They have many technical support for the online classes, and we get the free service during that time. Thanks. Yeah. So in China, for us, it's not a big problem. So we just need to have a mindset and a decision. Yes, we need to move online and how to do it online work. This is what we are thinking about. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
With pleasure.
Okay. I know that we have just gone over shortly our allotted time, but I have got one more question for Lili, and I
Yes.
will open it for if there's more audience questions. But to share some good news with you all, which Lili gave me permission to share. Lili's actually 7 months pregnant at the moment, which we have to offer a huge thanks for still doing the presentation today, and massive congratulations on that good news. But my question is related to that. So it is, what are your plans for your business when you give birth? Is someone going to take over? How does it work in China when you get pregnant?
We have a team, including the teacher team and the operation team. So also we have I have the co-founder of Chinese Surfing. So from last year, decided to have another part of the journey. So my partner Xiao, he take most of the company to the operation part. Yeah. So me, not from the before I doing the marketing part. And now I do more the teaching develop session. So which is allow me to like work at home and have more time to take a break, have a reflection, because the last 10 years, like I devoted all energy of developing Chinese surfing. So also I need to take a break to stop and to have to learn something new, to refresh, to enrich myself. Yeah. So from this year, I have so many time to do some more like self-learning. Like here, I have the calligraphy classes every week. This would be help me to have more self-reflection and thinking what we get from the last 10 years and what we would do the next decades. Yeah. So thanks to our team. Yeah. And also thanks to myself to allow me to have this break.
Yeah. So you are going to get a break, right, to give birth. How long are you going to get? You were telling me yesterday you've calculated to the day.
158 days for the pregnancy leave. Yeah. And plus my annual leave, blah, blah, in total would be like 6 months.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So this would be help me to better prepare the next decades.
Yeah, absolutely. Another journey for you to go on. This one more personal than with your company and entrepreneurial. So thanks so much for sharing that, Lili. And that's really nice news that we could share with everyone attending. I just want to ask, does anybody else have any further questions? If not, we will start to think about closing the event. Lili, did you have any more that you wanted to share with us on your presentation? I think you wanted to share your contact details. Is that right?
Oh, yes. How to back this part?
Yeah, so if you can you go back to the PowerPoint? At the moment, we can just see the chat.
Oh, yes.
Oh, there we go.
I got it. Yeah.
Great.
And I want to say thanks, Jake, thanks, Mr. Hu, Miss Hu, and thanks to the Confucius Institute and Get Connected. Yeah, write email. Oh, yeah.
We're honoured to have you. It's been fascinating. I think you're a really interesting story. Somebody that has persevered with a business that's gone through challenges, has told us about your perspective as a female entrepreneur, has shared about actually the supportive business environment that is in Zhejiang and Hangzhou, which, you know, not everyone in the UK might even understand that those types of policies exist. And it's a very dynamic market that is encouraging new businesses and new technologies, and there is support there. You know, you've shared some great stories about your experience in teaching people from different cultures, people of different ages, a focus on lifelong learning, and how you've developed and been responsive to changes in the market. So we have loved having you, and we've recorded this, which will be going out on the Leeds Business Confucius Institute YouTube. So if there's any information anybody missed, people can watch it again on there. They can also contact Lili about anything. You know, it sounds like she might have a new business partner in Chongqing potentially. And yeah, if for anyone that's interested in what we do here at Leeds Business Confucius Institute, we host events like this that cover a range of topics from Chinese food to Chinese entrepreneurship. We've got a really exciting event next week, which is all about interpreting, that I hope some of you can attend. We'll learn some really interesting things there. And if you want to study Mandarin with ourselves, you can do as well. So I just want to pass over. I think maybe Director Hu would like to say some final words. No, she's okay.
No, I just want to thank everybody. Thank Lili for really sharing very interesting stories with us. And I would like to thank all the people who are with us here today for taking the time and join us at this event. And of course, I also need to thank Jack and the team at BCI for organizing and putting together everything. I hope you have enjoyed the session. I hope to see you in our future event. Thank you. Thank you, Jack.
Awesome. All right, Lili, I'm going to say thanks one last time. Doing this whilst, is it 7 months pregnant? Have I got that right? Is it 7?
Yes, today is 31 week.
31 weeks. Just incredible that you've still continued with us, and we wish you all the best with that and hope it's a smooth and successful and healthy baby. So yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. Right, Lili, was there anything else you wanted to add?
I hope like the Chinese learner will have a better experience, yeah, with Confucius Institute at the University of Leeds, because Chinese language is so beautiful.
It is. Right, we'll leave on that note. That's the best note to leave it. Thanks again, everyone. I'm going to quit out now. And yeah, thank you once again. See you all. Bye-bye.
再见。
Bye-bye.
拜拜，谢谢。